was bright and sunny not too long ago, and now in typical London fashion, it's overcast and getting quite cold. But still a great day. Probably, I don't know, more of a characteristic day to tour some Brutalist architecture. Although it did look quite lovely when it was bright and sunny a few minutes ago. I went on one of the guided tours here. Absolutely fantastic. I highly recommend it. Our tour guide was wonderful. I believe her name was Louise, and she was just so knowledgeable about architecture and history here in London in this iconic hub of Buddhism that some will argue is not brutalist. You know, everyone argues that what is brutalist is not brutalist, it's not 100% pure. Um, we can't deny this history. We can't deny that it's iconic, whether you love it or hate it. And it is polarizing. It is something to behold. I like it. I really do. I like different styles of architecture. And so it certainly is one of the wonders of the modern world. This is called Lakeside. Yes, thanks, not I said Brutalism. I am at the epicenter of Brutalism here at the Barbican. This is called Lakeside, and I'm on the high walk, where I think you can get a better view from up here. We'll get down at ground level as well. But what we'll see built into this amazing estate, I will definitely not do it justice. I just went on the tour, so I'm a little more informed than I was before, but I am no expert whatsoever on this. I'm a grand masterpiece here. But this water feature, only a few of the fountains are on now. There are lots of fountains here. Just the tour guide said over 40. No, just a handful on now, but if you can see straight ahead, what kind of looks like a sheep, kind of a little sliding board into the water. That would normally have water cascading out of it. It doesn't today. The water looks green, not because it's dirty. But basically, purposely dyed that color to make it look deep. This water is not deep. It's less than a meter deep. But the color of the water is meant to purposely make it look deeper than it is. So over here, I'm kind of in the center. This is called Lakeside. The Barbican Center for the Arts is there, kind of in the center to the left. Residential buildings all around. 3 great big towers. Shakespeare Tower, Cromwell Tower, and Lauderdale Tower. And hi, Kathy. We are in London. We are at the Barbican. So I do history and architectural law. And this is a brutalist, some say masterpiece, I say masterpiece. Some hate it, some love it. I love it. So we're going to take a look all around the Barbican here in London. So as you can see, these little waterfalls here. I'm up above. We'll go down at ground level in a minute. I'm up above so you can get a good view of the water that comes this way. Cascades over this little weir here, and then into the other side. And then these are sunken gardens. So let's walk over. Let's check out the sunken gardens. This is just serene and industrial brutal disaster sunken. That is a fantastic way to put it as we go first. That is an absolutely, that's perfect. But here in sunken gardens, these are for residents only. So residents can walk down to these gardens that are kind of push them at water level. Not a lot blooming right now. We'll see it on the window boxes, but it's kind of cold. Hello, Chad. Nice to see you, Chad. Hi, Atlanta. We're in London. We're at the Barbican Estate. So, a few stories up, not on the ground floor, but a few usually have to these are all residential, and it is written into the lease that you must have flower boxes if you are a resident of these particular buildings. So there are flower boxes. Because in this, the Brutalist plan was also supposed to be a little bit of a nod to like Italy, Venice, water, flowers, the units of concrete to have some light symbols of concrete. This is an important part of the city of London, the city within the city, and the Barbican is a city within a city within a city. For real. And it has schools and churches and businesses all here within this city. This is the Guildhall School of Music and Drama, and we'll go around the other side so I can show you interesting bit of it. So, while we're around, with great respect to the tour guide who just did a phenomenal tour of this entire area. So the Guildhall School of Music, in between those bay windows, you can see those concrete accents that are supposed to be, and they are, replicas of swimming pools. So your school of music and drama, this is access of swimming pools. Interesting. Now the high rises behind this residential building, these are not part of the Barbican, these are obviously more modern. The Barbican was built after massive bombing in World War II, took out a large part of this area, leveled it, and gave it the opportunity for a new life. And the new life was this new estate. And the idea, this is not council housing, I'm doing air quotes. This is middle class, working class housing. Here. This was meant to draw people in to live in the city of London. The city of London. The city within the city of London. Now over here, St. Giles Church, the tower, where you see the brick and the stone, that is a remnant. That tower and the brick piece on top of the tower, did survive the war. The rest was rebuilt. The rest was damaged significantly during World War II. And if you look down at the concrete, I guess it is kind of seated, kind of around the tooth there, you might notice the shape might look like tombstones, and they are tombstones. So the graveyard having been mostly destroyed, tombstones were saved, and then placed in these brick structures to maintain them. We are not a political channel here, so while I welcome everyone, we're not going to talk about any kind of political thing on this channel. So Chad, you're welcome to stay, but no politics of any kind. And now you can get a really good look from here. Hello, Banana from Title. Nice to see you. At the Barbican Center for the Arts. This is the Barbican in London. Brutalist hub. For anyone who likes brutalist architecture. And the idea was to build residential and business dwellings in a simplified modern style, postmodern for sure, but to incorporate open space, nature, community, and the arts. And so the Barbican Center for the Arts is a very important as is Giles Church, so that connection to the past is going to be the state. Involved in something else kind of interesting in the state. Take a look. That's beyond. That's a Roman wall there. So around the city of London, the Romans built a wall. Markers, stones, they marked the boundaries of, at that time, Londinium. With that wall, actually kind of below this level of the wall. This level of the wall probably built back up after the Romans. But down further down, see that wall there, that stone wall dead ahead. That is Rome. Good morning, Casey. Nice to see you. Very nice to see you. So the Barbican also has, it's a huge residents, those who live here, those who work here, can access the estate all around the city. Obviously, there is no road. It's all pedestrian. But there's this high wall that was actually intended to walk all the way to the Thames. Construction on it was stopped, but it does walk all around the Barbican and some other areas of London. You can see another little bridge to the high wall. The idea is that residents don't have to cross the street. Now in this building, the top floors are flat, and the bottom floors are townhomes, like two-story townhomes. It is 2:08 p.m. here. 2:08 p.m. here in London. It's cold. Let's get a closer look of that London, that Roman wall. Always great when you're in London, you can find centuries, different kinds of architecture and buildings, history and churches, and so much to do. That's why I keep coming back to London. And then we'll come down from the high wall here, and then we'll go ground level around. But I did just want to start with these views. We can get a better perspective. There's the Roman wall right there. No, it can't be. Oh, hang on. Space, no. Just that you asked me to check it out. If I can do it and still hold on to this. Stand by. Thank you for asking. I'll check on those space. It could also be because I'm in kind of a tunnel. Uh-oh. Ugh. Sometimes I hate these things. Let me check. Gosh darn it. Space Nut, thank you so much. I hope that's better. I shut them off before I started. Oh my gosh. That's terrible. I apologize, everyone. I shut them off, and I think they auto turn on when I start my stream. I wonder if it auto starts the headphones. You know what? I'm just going to stop carrying them with me when I live stream. I am so sorry, everyone. Well, for everyone who hung on for 14 minutes of terrible audio, I so apologize. They were not just in my pocket, they were in my backpack. I'm so sorry. So here's the Roman wall I was talking about before I could, while I had terrible, terrible audio. But this is the Barbican in London. And this is next to St. Giles. And the water here, and you can see ahead, that other stone structure there would have been the turret at the corner of the wall. And so this water would have been where the moat would have been way, way back then. You know, I need to do an audio check with everyone before I start streaming. I'm so mad at myself because I purposely turned them off. I heard it say they went off. I put them in my bag, and then I started the stream. I swear it must just, some setting must automatically start them. So you know what? I may edit this stream a little bit and start from here. We're at the Barbican in London. We're at the oldest part of the Barbican, the Roman wall, that is integral to the city of London, right? Where Londinium used to be, where the Romans were here. And then to the right, you see St. Giles Church. The tower of the church survived World War II, but the rest of the church didn't. It was rebuilt. And then the rest of the architecture, you can see here, 2 of the 3 high-rise residential towers here. Now we're going to go back up, and I can just keep apologizing over and over for the way the audio sounded before. I hope it's better now. And kind of start again. And you can just get a peek at this residential block here, part of the Barbican Estate. This entire area, flattened during World War II, gave architects and city planners an opportunity to completely redesign an area with residents in mind. They wanted to bring more people into this area of London, which was focused on commerce, the city of London, you know, Fleet Street and the banks. And so they want to bring people here. The idea was to bring people in here in the 1950s and 60s and 70s, and it wasn't completely done until the 80s. It's a close-up view of St. Giles Church, and we'll go around here and get a better view of those benches I was describing. Woo, I got some crazies in the chat today, but that's okay. We can take care of those. Bye, Chad. So back to St. Giles Church, rebuilt after the war. But here's a really good look at these benches. I'll call them benches, these brick structures. And if you look at the shapes on the top, they look like tombstones because they are tombstones. They were recovered from the graveyard that was here and placed in these benches, in these structures, as a memorial. Now, some folks don't like that. I think it's fine. But here's kind of the iconic view of the Barbican. The Barbican Center for the Arts, the lake, and then 2 of the tall high-rise residential tower blocks. The names of the 3 blocks, tower blocks, are Shakespeare, Lauderdale, and Cromwell, and I don't know which one is which. But let's go ahead, let's get another view, and then let's go down ground level, and I can hopefully gain your forgiveness for the terrible, terrible audio at the beginning of this stream. It was a bright and sunny day not too long ago. I'm really sad about that. Some people have strong opinions about it. Please don't use strong language in the chat. Some people think it is awful. Some people think it's beautiful.
I think it's interesting. I don't know if I'd call it beautiful. I would definitely call it interesting. I would call it innovative, very utilitarian. These are the sunken gardens. These are only for residents, so the public cannot access these gardens. And they put you at water level. Quite interesting with the vines growing up over those cages. Obviously, it's heading toward winter time now, so not much growing there. Lots of ducks in the lake. Straight ahead, one of the residential smaller blocks, as they call it. And it is required, if you have a lease at the Barbican, it is required that you have a flower box and that you plant flowers. And so we'll see quite a few flowers here today as we look at these blocks. You can see that nice reflection in the lake here as well. It would be really nice in the summer. Actually, it was nice about an hour ago when the sun was out. It looked magnificent. And then the clouds came. We'll go down to ground level if I can figure out how to do it now. The Barbican is also a maze. So when you visit here, you have to have a plan. Because you think you find a stairwell and you think you can go up one or down one and you can't quite get to where you're trying to get to. So I think I know how to get to ground level. We're going to find out. You will go on this adventure with me to try to get to ground level. I think we go around the back and then come back around the front. Autumn Love, I agree. There is so much detail to this plan. Now, I showed on the Guildhall where the kind of concrete feature looks like a tuning fork. It's really hard to see here because the concrete's a little dirty. But this is the City of London School for Girls, and the concrete features on the sides look like pencils. We'll get a better view in a minute, but those little details are pretty awesome. I love these little fountains and kind of the multi-terraced fountains on the piazza, as they call this. We'll see if we can get to the down from here by going through this building. No streets to cross today. Now, I think we're going straight across. I think we're going to go indoors and then go. I think we need to go down this ramp. So please forgive me if we get a little lost. But again, this is fun around here. I'm not so sure. Well, you know what? We're just going to find out. We're just going to find out. I'm not going to show my face. Thanks for asking, but don't keep asking, please. Appreciate it. Let's take a look at some Brutalist interiors while we're here. Checking out the lights. It's a little prison-like, if that's your thing. You can hear some music playing. This is the arts. This is the Center for the Arts. And there's a theater and cinemas. And let's see if this door will just open. Yes, it will. And nope, that's not where I would be. Down one more. There we go. And we can see this is an important part of the construction is this kind of concrete. And the tour guide told me all about it. I can't remember what she told me. There's a bit of a film shoot going on here. Let me get out of the way. It is a great place to film, for sure. Oh, I think I found my way out. Okay, let me talk over that because I don't want to get in trouble for the Jingle Bell Rock song that's being played. Talking over it, talking over it, talking over it. Okay, we made our way outside. That was an adventure. Yeah, it is porous, and it has this the aggregate in it is this blue. I know the tour guide told me all about it. This blue stone, which is very expensive today, but is just all over the site to make it look not so stark. You know, it's chiseled concrete. All right, we are at the ground level. Okay, we made it. If you're coming here, it is confusing. It is utterly confusing. So this is the Guildhall School for the Arts and Drama. This is the Lakeside. There would normally be water coming out of that chute at the end up there, but there's not. Thank you, Chris Horde. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Was I wandering in a sandstorm? No, not like Game of Thrones. That's funny. Great question. Some people do think it's disgusting. Some people think it's beautiful. It looks better on a sunny day. And those are those sunken gardens. And the water comes this way. There's the little waterfall there. And now we're getting a really good taste of that brutalism. And there's St. Giles Church, the tower of which did survive the bombing in World War II, the rest of which was extensively rebuilt. Oh, it got so dreary today. It does look like a jail. It does. It does. I can't disagree. Is it ugly? Yeah. Is it interestingly ugly? Yeah. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Now, this is the City of London School for Girls, and if you kind of look really hard between the windows, it's designed to look like a pencil. Oh, someone's taking photos. I won't get in their way. I'll move over here. So yeah, so if you look at those concrete and brick ornaments between the windows, it does look like a pencil. Hello, Boss 70. Nice to see you. Yeah, I don't like the tinted water. So it's not dirty water. It is tinted this olive color on purpose to make the lake look deeper. I don't like it. I think that's the part of it I like the least, is this olivey colored water. Yep, someone's feeding the birds. Good grief. Don't feed the birds, people. Don't feed the birds. Now, if you're in this area of London, if you're in the City of London, you see these symbols, the City of London. It's the city within the city. And they're really proud of this badge. The badge is everywhere around the border, the boundaries of the city. We saw one when I crossed London Bridge the other day. And it maintains its autonomy. It has its own police department, and if the sovereign wants to enter, so if King Charles wants to enter, he must ask permission before entering the city of London. And this sign here says the Fan Makers Company met in their common hall in Red Cross Street to adopt their constitution. So the fan makers had their own constitution in 1710. 36% native Brits now live there. Kimmy, you know, during the tour that I just took, which was absolutely fantastic, the tour guide shared that, yeah, the like there's like 4,000 people here, and that's like 40% of the residents of the city of London live here at the Barbican. So this is definitely a residential hub. And we'll take a look back at the Center for the Arts. You know, it's not everyone's cup of tea. It's not. And these gardens are residents only. Obviously, if you live here, you don't want the public just traipsing all over everything. This is Lakeside Terrace. I found my own family coat of arms. It has 2 fish that look like dragons. That's really cool. Coats of arms are interesting. I love the symbolism. Even in some cases where it's fake symbolism, you know, like a family will try to invent some kind of awesome story, and then they petition. You petition the College of Arms for a coat of arms, and they'll design it and grant it, and then you can tell tall tales about the symbolism that may not have had anything to do with your family for real. And you can still do that today. You can petition the College of Arms if you are a British citizen, or I think if you have British descent. But you can go to the College of Arms website and you can find out the process for doing that. Costs a pretty penny, but you can do it. We'll climb back up here. Again, I am so sorry that this stream started out with such terrible audio. Space Nut, I really appreciate you. You are fantastic. There's another really good look back here. And my family doesn't have a coat of arms. We're from all over the place, but I would love to create one. So this one is Shakespeare Tower. Let me see if I can tip the camera up. Up and 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 up. 43 stories. No, this is London. This is not Birmingham. This is the city of London. This is the Barbican. Brutalist architecture. You love it or hate it. Many people hate it. I like it because I like a variety of styles. Now behind the Center for the Arts is a conservatory that the tour guide said cost about £25,000 if you'd like to rent it for a wedding or an event. And then also is a sculpture garden that doesn't have any sculptures. We can go up there to the sculpture garden. Hello, Vicus. Yeah, you're going to be seeing me going up and down a lot of stairs today. Because that's how you get around here. There's very few straight shots. You have to go up to go over. You have to go up or down in order to go across here. So this is the area that's called the sculpture garden, but there are no sculptures. It was intended to be part of the art museum, but didn't happen. So in the summer, this is an open air theater. This building here, the top 3 floors are residential, where you see the flower boxes, and the first 2 or 3 floors are commercial. And you can see these wooden shutters, these dark wood shutters, is because this curve faces south, so there's a lot of sun. So you adjust the shutters to keep the sun out. That's where Yoda fought the Sith. Kind of looks like it. Can I read? I'm so sorry. I'm trying to keep up with chat and not fall down. Am I in Europe? I'm in London. I am in London. Uncharted. That's where I am. I'm in. Do I understand the English? Yes, I do. I do. I can't read and walk at the same time. This is the Barbican in London. This is a Brutalist Estate. And that's the back of the Center for the Arts. And this is the residential crescent, where a sculpture garden was planned, but never actually built. So yeah. Now let's see what's over here. Car park. Okay, I'm not going to do the car park. But as you can see, all residential. Oh, there's some gardens over there. But no streets to cross. All pedestrianized around these. Why this place seems so empty? Well, because it is largely residential, so a lot of folks are at work, I'm guessing. And the Center for the Arts would be hopping tonight for performances. The tube stations that are close to here, on one side is Moorgate, and on the other side is Barbican tube station. There's a Lime bike. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Yep. Well, everyone, this was just supposed to be a short stream, and it is a short stream, and I so apologize for the bad audio at the beginning. But this was just a little jaunt around the Barbican while I'm here in London. I hope everyone has a fantastic day wherever you are. I will probably stream again in a few hours from one of the high streets, so we can take a look at London Christmas around the high streets. Probably Marylebone or Sloane Square. I haven't decided yet. So I'll be back in a couple of hours, and I promise I will put my headphones. I will not even bring my headphones, so we won't have that issue again. Why is the water that color? They dye it this color, this olive color, allegedly to make the water look deeper. This little lake is literally inches deep. It's less than a meter deep. And so the tour guide said they dye it this color to make it look deeper. Strange. I do find it strange. Alrighty. Hope to see you all in a little bit. I promise much, much better audio and no brutalist architecture this time. Next stream will be all about the Christmas lights. Have a fantastic evening. Take care.